This podcast is supported by the University of Southampton in the UK. It's a world-leading research-intensive university with a global network of international students and campuses in Malaysia and Delhi.
When I was little, my mum would be like, "Maya, get out of the bath now." It's like, "No, I don't want to get out." And she was like, "Your fingers are wrinkly, you have to get out now."
Like many of you curious kids, I'm sure, Maya has spent a lot of time in water. The bath, the pool, and most recently on holiday in Sardinia.
I went to the sea. It was really cold. I'm not doing that again.
But even in the short time she was in that cold, cold sea, just like in the bath, she noticed something.
My fingers did go wrinkly.
It happens to everyone. But why?
I'm Maya. I'm 11 years old. I live in London.
And I'm Eloise, and welcome to The Conversation's Curious Kids, the podcast where a kid asks a great question and we find a very clever expert to answer it. Today, we want to know...
Why is it that when you're in a bath, your fingers go wrinkly?
Well, I don't know the answer to this question, but some very clever people spend time studying these things. So I have brought on an expert to help.
Hi, yes, my name is Tom Smulders and I'm at Newcastle University in the northeast of England. I'm an evolutionary neuroscientist, so I'm interested in how the brain and the nervous system evolves and how it's different in different species.
To kick things off, we're going to do an experiment, and you can try it at home too. So have you both brought your bowls of warm water?
Yeah.
Super. Curious kids, if you'd like to join in, pause this episode and go and get a bowl of warm water. Could everyone put their fingers in the warm water? And while you're listening, keep them there.
Is it comfortable temperature?
Yes, it's a little bit cold, but I think it should work.
Okay, our fingers are soaking nicely. So Maya, let's start with you. Why do you think our fingers go wrinkly when we keep them in water for a long time?
No, I just thought it was because you use your hands a lot to pick up stuff. So they're probably one of the thickest parts of your body. So I thought it had to do with that or something.
Oh, I see. So you thought that maybe because the skin's more protective there, because you're always handling things with it, that the skin is somehow more sensitive.
Yeah.
Was it like sucking up water or getting rid of water? What was your thinking?
I think it was sucking up water.
Yeah, people have thought that for a long time, actually, haven't they? I always thought this when I was a kid too, and indeed for a long time as a grown-up, that water was sucked into your fingers. And it makes some sense, right? Our fingers, all our tissues have a lot of salt in them. The water, usually not, definitely not the water in the bath. It has no salt in it. And usually water moves from the area with less salt to the area with more salt. We call that osmosis.
You know about that, Maya?
Not yet. But I'm going to secondary school this year.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, you will learn it there. So osmosis is basically the process of water moving from an area where there's low concentration to an area where there's a higher concentration of salts. Basically, the water's trying to even out the concentration of salt.
Give us a whoop whoop if you know what osmosis is, because a little bit of it may be taking place when our fingers go wrinkly.
Water may still move into your fingers, but only a tiny little bit. If it really was responsible for changing the shape of our fingers, you would actually expect your fingers to swell up when lots of water goes in.
Yeah, I thought they might expand like a sponge or something.
Yeah, but obviously that's not what we've noticed.
You stretch your skin too much.
It would. And actually those wrinkly fingers are not swollen. If anything, they look a bit less full. And that's probably why they wrinkle. So if you imagine a grape that gets dried out, the inside of the grape gets smaller and smaller, and the skin of the grape wrinkles up. We call that raisins.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the same happens with dates. The same happens with figs, right? The outside skin wrinkles up when the inside gets dried out and shrinks. And that's what's happening in your fingers. The inside is shrinking.
Yeah.
So the skin is baggy on the outside because the inside volume is smaller. But why is the inside shrinking?
The current thinking is that water does go into your skin, possibly through your sweat glands. And because it goes in there, it changes the concentration of the salts. And then something happens, and we're still not clear what that is, that detects that change in concentration of salts and signals to your nervous system to start constricting those blood vessels. And if the blood vessels go thinner, less blood goes in there, less blood, less volume, and therefore the skin, which hasn't changed in its size, now has to wrinkle to sit around that smaller volume of those fingertips.
So less blood is going to our fingertips, shrinking that inside volume. And that's why the skin around it wrinkles like a raisin. Have your fingers wrinkled yet, Maya?
Kind of.
Maybe leave them in for a bit longer, yeah.
And it takes a little while. The studies have shown that it can take anywhere from 5 minutes for some people to half an hour for other people. So it is really individually different as well, how quickly they wrinkle. And it depends on the water, the temperature of the water, the salinity of the water, so how much salt is in it, how acidic it is. So more acidic, again, makes it wrinkle better. So there's lots of different things that happen.
So how long it takes your fingers to wrinkle is highly individual. And as it turns out, so is your wrinkle pattern.
It's really interesting, actually. The same person will get the same wrinkles when they do it several times. So there's something about how your skin is attached to the tissue underneath it that forces your particular fingers in a particular wrinkling pattern every time.
So a lot of complicated and mysterious changes are taking place in our fingertips when we sit in the bath. But why? What advantage does this change have? Well, the way they feel might hold a clue. Should we have a look at your fingers?
Yeah, they are quite wrinkly.
Oh yeah, they are quite wrinkly. Okay.
Yeah, very good.
So how would you describe them?
I kind of like, when I put my hands together, I can feel a little bit of like a grip.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's rubbery, but like grippy rubbery.
Yeah, more friction.
Yeah.
Perhaps you curious kids listening at home have noticed that too. But how exactly do wrinkles make your fingers more grippy?
The idea of wrinkles, just like on a car tire, for example, or indeed on the bottoms of your sneakers, right? The idea is to have these channels between the outsticking bits so that when you step on water or the tire rolls on water, or indeed you grab a wet marble, the water that's coating that road or that marble has somewhere to go when your fingers press on it. And if your fingers are completely smooth, just like with smooth tires, you get what we call aquaplaning. The water would stay between the tire and the road, and you would slide away. Same with the marbles. You would grab the marble with smooth fingers, and some water would stay between, and it would slip out from your fingers a little bit.
So wrinkly fingers help us pick things up in water. It's a great advantage, but it was only a theory. So Tom set out to test it and designed an experiment using marbles and a screen.
So the screen is basically a canvas, and we had put it upright and cut a hole in it.
People in the experiment had to pick up a marble and hand them through the screen to the other hand and put them in a bowl. A bit fiddly, but not too hard.
So when people did this without water in the bowl, it didn't matter whether their fingers were wrinkled or not. They were just as fast. But when they did it with water in the bowl, with the wrinkly fingers, they could do it faster than with the smooth fingers. But the wrinkly fingers really give you a benefit in picking things up when they're wet and slippery.
But wrinkly fingers and better grip is only one part of the puzzle. So Maya, when you're in the bath, you've noticed your hands and your fingers. Does anything else go wrinkly?
No, it's just my fingers and toes.
Yes, so that's kind of interesting, isn't it? What does that tell us, Tom?
Now, the fact that it's the toes as well suggests that it's unlikely that it's just about manipulating things with your hands. It is very likely that it is more about having better grip when you're moving around a wet area. So maybe when you're in shallow water or on wet rocks or something like that.
So basically it's like kind of a thing for the body to keep yourself safe in a way, to make sure you don't hurt yourself.
Yes, that's what we think. Now, it's not foolproof. I mean, there's a reason why there's signs not to run along swimming pools and things like that. It's not perfect, but it might help a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the skin on our hands and feet is special.
Special for all kinds of reasons. It has more touch sensors in it. It has different kind of sweat glands in it. But it also has this ability to wrinkle up when we're in water.
And so it has a special name.
We call it glabrous skin. That means hairless.
Glabrous. Sounds kind of slippery.
That's what it means, smooth.
Can you say glabrous?
Glabrous.
Yeah, nice.
Yes, correct.
And if this glabrous skin is so special...
Then the question becomes, did it evolve only in humans?
Evolve. Remember that word from series 1? Evolution is how plants and animals adapt to their environments over time. We talked about evolving and evolution in Why Is My Dog So Cute? And would the dinosaurs come back? So do go back and have a listen after this episode if you want to know more.
So some people think that the reason why humans have so little hair, for example, is because at some point in our evolutionary history, we went through a phase where we were mostly in the water, like living on beaches and foraging for things like little fish or mussels. If those people are right, then this could be part of that adaptation. But it's very possible that it goes further back. It's possible that the common ancestors of humans and chimpanzees and gorillas also already have this adaptation. Because, of course, this might also work for climbing wet trees, right? If you're in a very wet forest, you have to grab a branch here, a branch there, and a little bit better grip may be the difference between sliding off a branch and staying on the branch.
Yeah. Monkeys, you know how like your fingers are like kind of long? They have toes like that in a way.
Exactly.
So like they can grip stuff really easily with their feet.
Yeah, exactly. So if their feet and their hands also wrinkled, you could see how that would be really helpful to move around wet forests. What we don't know is whether that actually is the case. We have no idea whether chimps, gorillas, whether their fingers actually wrinkle if they sit in water for a long time.
What do you think, Maya? Is that one for you? To develop a study that determines if monkeys' fingers go wrinkly in the water?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for your question, Maya. I hope we answered it.
Yeah, you did.
Nice. Thanks for listening to this episode of The Conversation's Curious Kids. If you've got a question for us, please do email us at curiouskids@theconversation.com and we will do our best to find an expert to answer it. This podcast was made by The Conversation, a news and analysis platform bringing research expertise to the world. You can go to theconversation.com and search for Curious Kids and find hundreds of answers to questions from kids just like you. The producer for this series is Katie Flood and the executive producer is Gemma Ware. It was presented and sound designed by me, Eloise. If you like the show, please tell your friends about it and give us a review wherever you listen. Bye!